So I'll read a little bit from my prologue here. Certain things were clear to me as I drove up Diane's driveway in the fall of 2009. First, if you fall in love, you are partly falling in love with your fantasies and would need tools to deal with the realities when they arose. So many relationships I had been in started out on a high and ended on a low. I was determined to discover the secret of success in the challenging domain of relationships. Second, I was committed to having both full connection with my partner and freedom to be myself. I had seen too many couples compromise one aspect for the other in a kind of dance of draw near then push away, ending up with a diminished experience of both aspects and some resentment besides. In fact, I had done that dance with my relationship with my children's mother, but I was fairly sure you could have both full connection and freedom to be yourself. And third, I was committed to enlightenment and freedom and had been since waking up at age 28 in India with Satya Sai Baba. Having tried the ascetics path, I was certain that I was no celibate monk and had been advocating intimate relationships as a fast path to freedom if you could stay awake. But I had not yet been with a partner who was up to the challenge. It is interesting that with Diane, I did not fall in love with her in my typical pattern. In fact, I would characterize our relationship for me as falling in love backwards, because there was no fantasy. There was no fantasy. We started out living in the reality of our experience and dealing with the problems that arose. Now we have arrived at the stage that I am deeply in love with my wife, Diane, and it is the most complete, nurturing, grounding experience I have ever had in my life, for which I am enormously grateful. There's other things about my, kind of the backstory of me arriving at Diane's doorstep.
So anybody have any comments or anything you'd like to say at this point from that, or? Judy?
Well, I like what you said about the fantasy, because I think sometimes you don't realize right away, but when you do fall for someone, how much fantasy is involved. And then as you get to know them, you realize, like, that isn't who I thought I was falling in love with.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the
Completely
tools to
different
talk
person.
about it, then the relationship starts to become one where there's this hidden and that's hidden and I can't say that, and then you just
Right.
get awkward,
And just to be aware that often plays a part in the beginning.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely.
so anyway, I like that.
Yeah.